Hey everyone, Sam here. So in the past, we've made some videos of how to set up an LLC in several different states, whether that be New York, California, Texas, or other states. And in those videos, it was fairly step-by-step of how to file and set it up, whether it was creating an operating agreement, to articles of organization, or to even finding a registered agent. Well, if you have an LLC already, or you're wanting to set one up, then you're also likely familiar with the new law that went into effect in January of 2024, which states that most entities, including single-member LLCs, need to submit online reports to the government. And in this video, I'll run through some important timelines based on when your LLC was formed, who kind of needs to file, and kind of a run through of how to file online. So make sure you watch to the end of this video so you don't miss any important information. And with that, let's get into it. So like I said, this new law that went into effect at the beginning of the year now requires single member LLCs to file a BOI report. And BOI stands for Beneficial Ownership Information. And kind of the short version here is you basically just have to give the government information about the owners of the LLC. And this does extend to more entities like limited partnerships, S Corps, C Corps, and foreign and domestic LLCs. And so what qualifies, I guess, as a beneficial owner is directly or indirectly exercise substantial control over the reporting company, or directly or indirectly controls 25% or more of the ownership interests. Very cryptic, I know, but basically substantial control means that they have a substantial influence over important decisions. So think of your C-suites, your board of directors, and kind of anything that fits that definition. Also, anyone who has 25% or more ownership, kind of any stock or equity, any capital profit, put, calls, or any other instruments as well. And now, like with anything, there are some exemptions to this rule, like certain banks, venture capital funds, federal or state credit unions, tax-exempt entities, things along those lines. But for the full list of whether or not you have to file this, definitely just kind of adhere to the BOI reporting regulations, which you can find online. But why? Why do you have to start filing this now? What's the point of this, right? So, well, basically the Corporate Transparency Act of 2020 is behind this, and really it's just to help decrease tax evasion, fraud, and hiding illicit wealth. So get out your pens and pencils for this next part. As far as important dates go, existing LLCs formed before January 1st of this year have to file and have until the following January in 2025 to file, while LLCs formed in 2024 have 90 days to file. Now that's just kind of the initial setup, but of course if any changes or adjustments are made then or in the future, you have 30 days to report those to the federal government. So really just kind of some important timelines to keep in mind so you don't get slapped with fines, penalties, or worse. Okay, what needs to be reported basically, right? So, well, it's a lot of fairly self-explanatory and nothing you likely wouldn't have already kind of filled out or given to the form to kind of form an LLC, but full legal name or trade name, complete addresses, state you formed or registered in, tax paper identification number, which is likely domestically your EIN or employer identification numbers. That's just kind of for your LLC. You still have to fill out info on every beneficial owner and company application. So again, name, birthdays, complete addresses, either your driver's license number, passport, or other approved documents for support. So that's really just kind of the overview. Now I'll show you where to file and kind of what it looks like. So you'll head over to this website right here, boiefiling.finsen.gov, and you'll kind of see, the e-filing system here. You'll see a couple options for help, kind of the reporting up here, and you'll scroll all the way down to file BOIR, and you'll click on that. And before I get into this, it really is just kind of to keep in mind, you can also apply for a FinCEN identifier, and you'll see that once you go through the application. Basically meaning if you ever need to kind of update or refile or make any changes, you don't need to retype all of this info out. You'll just have kind of a number you use. Anyways, we've clicked on that. You can file PDF or you can file online. Obviously, I recommend just filing online because it's a lot easier. PDF, why make more work for yourself than needs be? So prepare and submit BOIR. You'll come to this kind of screen, you are entering a US government information system, maintained, etc., etc. You'll just I agree to that. And so now you'll see the actual report, and it kind of is broken up between these sections, right? Filing information, reporting company, company applicants, beneficial owners, and then of course you'll submit it. And this is really just kind of all the information I kind of just went over between names, addresses, company applicants, who are the beneficial owners, what is their information, etc. But on this first tab between filing information, there's a type of filing, right? So is this your initial report? Are you correcting a prior report that maybe you might have messed up? Are you updating a prior report? Or are you a newly exempt entity? So for this example's sake, we'll just do an initial report, right? You'll hit next. And then this is where the reporting company information goes. And up here at the top, like I said, you can request to receive a FinCEN ID. You'll check mark that. Foreign pooled investment vehicle doesn't really apply to us now, so I'm just gonna leave that blank. But down low, you can finally get into the nitty gritty stuff, right? Reporting company legal name. Make sure you include an alternate name if there is one. Tax identification type. EIN, SSN, or you're foreign, you're going to select that and you're going to make sure that number goes here. Country of jurisdiction, again, country jurisdiction of formation, kind of where did you form the LLC or your whatever company you are. The address, you'll go through all that, and then you'll go over to company applicants once you've submitted that. Again, you'll go through this stuff. Are you an existing reporting company as of January 1st? Check that if you are. If you aren't, that's fine. Make sure you're adding all the company applicants. This is just one, so if there's numerous, make sure you click that button. But again, you can click your ID, or you can go through last name, first name, date of birth, business address, residential address, types, identifying documents and numbers, and identifying document images. You'll finish that up, you'll submit, and now you'll go into the beneficial owners. So this is kind of the same thing. Make sure you're including all of them here. Are you a parent guardian information instead of a minor child? Check that if it applies. You have an ID option. Are you an exempt entity? Make sure you understand what that is. Make sure you check it if it applies to you. But if not, you'll just come down here, your name, date of birth, address, IDs, numbers, countries, jurisdictions, identifying document images. And then finally, you'll be hit with this where you're kind of just verifying information between your email, first and last name. You'll read the compliance reminder. You'll hit I agree. Make sure you get this, I am human, you're not AI. And you'll submit your report. And that's really just the walkthrough. It's super simple. It's super easy. But what happens if you fail to do this within the timelines? You might forget, or you just decide not to do it. So it kind of really depends, obviously, on the situation. But some penalties can be civil with fines up to $500 per day if the violation continues, and even to criminal charges with fines up to $10,000 and up to 2 years in prison. Guys, do not mess with the federal government. They always want to know this stuff. It is a super easy filing system. There's no fees on FinCEN, so just make sure it gets done. But that's really the walkthrough. If you haven't yet kind of even set up an LLC and you're adding things to your to-do list, be sure to check out kind of our LLC walkthrough videos on our channel. And even if you're looking for a registered agent or a service to help with that process as you get to that step, we'll link below to one of our favorites, Northwest Registered Agent. It's super self-explanatory. They walk you through of how to set up an LLC, they do the paperwork for you, and they offer a registered agent service as well. But that's really all from me in this video. I hope you all found it very straightforward and helpful. I will see you in the next one.